Welcome back to the GridLocked F1 podcast. Today we're going to be reviewing the US Grand Prix at Coda, Austin. Sorry for not getting a review episode or preview episode out prior to the race, but fortunately we couldn't find the time and we couldn't get it done. But we'll make sure to get it done for Mexico and the upcoming races in time and get more videos out for you guys. So keep in check for that. So, Horik,
Yep.
what are your thoughts on the race this morning or this afternoon?
I found the race to be kind of boring after the initial contact and race between Norris and Leclerc. So yeah, kind of a sit back race, background race. What about you?
Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, I would have rather turned on a football game and watched that than watch the race.
Yeah.
It was kind of quite boring, but
Yep.
there was still some anticipation going on, like, will Lando pass Leclerc? And he eventually did. Leclerc had amazing defense in that race.
Yeah. I think his driving was pretty good. Obviously, Norris did end up P2, but I think the fact that he was able to kind of hold him back for that long was good on Leclerc's part.
And you know what actually surprised me is like Piastri seemed to be
Mhm.
like, I'm not gonna say struggling, but like he seemed to not have like the same amount of pace as Lando. He was like just stuck in, was it fifth place the
I think
whole race?
fifth, yeah, it was fifth.
Yeah, and he wasn't making any progress, and it looked like George was actually catching up to him at the end, even.
Yeah, I feel like the race itself wasn't interesting, but kind of if you go individually, there were some performances that were pretty interesting, whether it was positive or negative or, in between.
Mm,
And
yeah,
obviously, the Max Verstappen obviously won, which, gives him kind of more points going out of
I
Austin.
just saw this online, like in I think Baku, I think he was 100 points back. I think it was
Yeah.
Baku or whatever was before the Italian Grand Prix. Was before the Italian Grand Prix?
Oh, was before that? Was it Netherlands?
Oh yeah. In the Netherlands, he was 100 points behind, and
Yeah,
now he's
it was,
only 40 points behind, and that's in 5 races.
yeah, it's
And
great.
what's it? There's like 6 races left in the season.
Five.
So,
I believe it's 5 rounds left.
yeah. So I would say the championship is like most definitely on because Red Bull are
Mhm.
definitely looking like the fastest car at the moment. Like even Yuki, he was able to push that Red Bull to
Mhm.
P7. He was
Yep,
never
yep.
even like fighting for points before, so
Yeah.
this is a good sign for them.
I feel like I think it was like what in Hungary where he said that like he's doubtful he's ever gonna win another race again this season, and the fact that
Yeah,
he's come so far to be 40 points away, it seems a lot, but like if you look back on the like last couple four or five races, and you see the shift from obviously the McLaren boys and now him, it's nothing. You never discount Max Verstappen, and I feel like this race was like a good foundation for his like kind of last final push. And I wouldn't say Oscar is feeling pressure, but I feel like in the last couple of races he hasn't had either the best luck or he hasn't been able to capitalize on qualifying or whatnot. So I think definitely the championship is on, especially with McLaren being deemed the constructor championships champions at Singapore. I feel like it's setting up to be hopefully a good nail biting finish toward the end of the season.
and like not many people are talking about it, but like even Lando is closing
Hmm.
in a lot on Oscar. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
he's like probably
14
within.
points.
Yeah. So that's even a close battle for the championship, even closer actually.
Yeah.
And like another thing, I feel in addition to them getting closer at the front, I feel
Hmm.
like the other teams are getting closer to McLaren. Like not only Red Bull,
Let's see. Yeah.
Mercedes, Ferrari. Even you saw them this race.
Hmm.
They're fighting the McLarens, and I don't think it's the McLarens like sort of falling off. I
Yeah.
think there are other teams that are improving. So maybe that's a sacrifice for next year testing time, but
I see. I see. Yeah. Maybe focusing on 2026 now that they've had the constructors bagged. But
yeah, but they still need to bag the drivers now.
yeah. Well, we'll see what happens within the team management, obviously, with the whole repercussion thing between both Lando and Oscar and that entire drama, after Singapore. But another thing of this weekend that is kind of interesting. Two pieces is one. See, Apple is now the new kind of F1
Yeah.
broadcaster in the U.S., which I feel like everyone kind of knew because it was leaked a little before time, and the track is extended to 2034, which I think, in my opinion, is one of the more better choices to extend
Yep. Yeah.
this year.
Definitely.
The F1 what's it called? The FIA has done. Yeah, pretty
Definitely.
much. I feel like the sprint was more interesting than the race, which
Yeah.
it stands.
The sprint was just carnage at the start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
All
was.
cars flying all over the place. It
Yeah, it
was
was
crazy.
it was crazy. Obviously even qualifying for the sprint
Yeah.
race was because like what, like Hulkenberg came like P4 or whatever, and then in the race, that whole Oscar Piastri, Landon
Whose
Norris, and
fault do you think that contact was? You think it was Hulkenberg?
I've seen clips on social media, like people analyzing the entire incident, but I feel like I would say it's more of like a Piastri fault, but it's not like his only. I feel like you can't just completely go
Yeah.
and blame the blame on him. So obviously, like turn one at the very start of the sprint or race, it's gonna be hectic because obviously you have like that really wide turn. I feel like obviously as a racing driver, and like you're fighting your rival basically, so you're
Yeah.
gonna have to take risks, and he took a risk, I guess. I think he maybe realized maybe it wasn't that turn, but obviously Hulkenberg was there, and he was kind of stuck in between. So I feel like you can't really put the blame on him per se. Like you can't just completely put it all on him. But at the same time, I feel like he's like he should be kind of talked to in a sense about what his expectations were.
Yeah, I completely agree with that because like there was nothing Hulkenberg could have done. Alonso was
Yeah.
on his inside. He couldn't turn more inside, and he couldn't go outside. Both McLarens were there,
Yeah.
so I feel like Oscar kind of got caught up, in the title fight. So yeah, so I feel kind of like a racing incident, but he shouldn't
Hmm.
have turned in that hard because he basically just closed the door on Hulkenberg.
On Hulkenberg, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
I find
that's
it.
like a championship defining moment because like both top
Hmm.
two.
Yep, yep.
And I think Max is like at an all-time confidence high right now. So
Yeah. Like mentally, he's probably on a higher
and
note than the McLaren boys.
Mexico, the next race, he's always amazing there.
Yeah, I again, it's gearing up to be one of the better. Again, like last year, there was a quote unquote title fight, but I feel like this year it's a lot closer. Obviously, with second place being 14 points away and third being 40 points. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens. I guess.
Is
Anything
there
else?
anything?
Trying to think. I mean, Kimi science crash. Nothing really deep about that. I
Oh yeah,
guess.
George and Kimmy were confirmed for 2026.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, pretty much.
You think
That's good
you think it's
news.
a 1 year deal for George just for
Is it?
2026?
I thought it was. I thought he said that it was multi, and
I don't know if it was confirmed, but
they're
it might have
keeping
been
it
confirmed
quiet.
already.
So
Yeah, they keep it quiet, but
we'll see.
obviously, I think he's a great driver. He's like fits the
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes mold like perfectly,
Yep,
I
yep,
would say.
yep, yep. I think he's a good driver for the program.
Yeah. Kimmy, I think hopefully he can lock in soon.
Mm-hmm.
This his crash with Signs, right? I wouldn't
Yeah,
say it's his fault, but like he's getting involved in too many incidents.
yeah.
So
He's that's
I mean
messed up.
that crash was not his fault, but like yeah,
It's like
that's
still kind of trying to make
still
sure
like
that he gets
other races
experience.
he's
Yeah,
yeah. So but
yeah.
he still has the talent, I would say.
Yeah, I
Should
think I think he
and
just needs time to settle.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So yeah. And
That's
also
about it.
you're thinking about the Red Bull seat. You saw
Yeah,
that Sonoda and Lawson slight drama, I guess.
yeah. I mean,
Wouldn't you consider drama?
media PR.
Yeah,
We'll see. Like, I haven't personally seen the clips that they reference to. The way Yuki was saying over the interview after qualifying yesterday seemed like it was pretty significant.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. Again, that second Red Bull seat is like
Up
it's
for
like
grabs.
it's yeah it's and I feel like for the new 2026 rule change, it's also kind of
Yeah,
I'd say it's a
It-
bigger chance.
it's a prime opportunity for someone to come and like just grab it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because I guess inherently it's not going to be as suited for Max, like towards one side because it's a
We'll
new
see.
regulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at the current three drivers that are in like that contention as we know right now. Obviously, you have Hajar, you have Lawson, which is again he has been tried before, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't really think he's gonna be
Yeah.
promoted again.
I don't think so.
And Yuki, his performances in some races have been good. Obviously, today I think he got like P7 or P8, which is points for the team. But I feel like again, Hajar is probably gonna get that boot up to put into the primary team for next year. But it's gonna be interesting to see who fills in the shoes, or if Yuki stays. We don't know with Helmut Marko.
So is there anything else
Nah,
you'd like to
that's it.
discuss? Okay, so I guess we'll end the episode there. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the GridLocked F1 podcast. Like the video, subscribe down below, comment your thoughts.
Yep.
Come back next week for our preview for Mexico, and yeah, stay locked in.
See you guys.